Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Destiny from Desphixs and welcome back to another video in the e-commerce project using Django. In this one, we'll get started working with a customer dashboard. That is what we'll be doing. Hopefully you will enjoy the video and learn something new. Consider dropping a like and also subscribing to the channel, as that will really mean the world to me. You can also consider checking out some of the links in the description below, as that will help lead to whatever course or whatever you're looking for. Also check out Desphixs.io, drop your email address for us, and as soon as we launch the learning application, you'll be the first in line to know. Without any further ado, let's get started. The first thing I want you to do is open up your code editor, and I want you to come over to the customer views py, and down here we just need to go ahead and import a couple of things. And I already have some of this in my clipboard before I started the video, so I will just paste, and you can see this is just what I have. So the only thing I don't have now is the query set pagination function, so I will comment it out just for now. Okay, so after importing all this, you could pause the video and import all this, and after you've imported it, let's create the very first function, which will have a login required, which means a user cannot access this view if they are not logged in, and this view will be called dashboard to basically take in request as a parameter. The very first thing we want to do is list out all the orders that a customer has got, and to do that you just need to say orders should be equal to store models dot order dot objects dot filter, where customer is equal to the requests dot user, which is the logged in user. Now we also need to get the total amount that they have spent on our site, and to do that you want to say store models dot again order dot objects dot filter by same thing, customer should be equal to request dot user, but this time around we want to aggregate, and calling the aggregate function helps us create a total sum of all the amounts they have spent, which is basically the total of all the orders related to this particular user. So define a variable in here called total, and this should be equal to models dot sum. So we are calling the sum method from the model, and all you need to do for the sum method is pass in any field from this model here, order, and it will sum all the fields together and finally return the total for you here. So whenever you pass this in, it will take the total and return it over here. So just calling total spent is going to give you the total amount they have spent. Now notifications should be customer model dot notification dot objects dot filter by user should be equal to request dot user, and I only want to get the notification that haven't been seen, kind of like the unread notification. And now let's create a context so that we can pass all this to our template, and this is going to be called orders, and this one also orders, and you could duplicate that in 2 more places and just fill this in, and good, we are good to go. So now create a new template that will be called customer slash dashboard dot html, and please don't miss to pass in the context in there. That is it. Very simple. All we just did over here was list out some items, created a new context dictionary, created a template, and passed in our context dictionary. Basically what we've been doing throughout this tutorial. Okay, so when you have done this, you could go ahead and create a new file called urls.py for the customer. And if you don't want to have to type out everything, hop over to the store URLs, or you can hop over to the user auth URLs, copy everything here and paste it here. And all you just want to do is remove everything till you have just one. Change up a couple of things. For example, instead of from store imports views, it should be from customer imports views. Instead of the app name being store, it should be customer. Instead of this being index, it should be dashboard. And instead of the name being index, it should be dashboard. And over here also, if you want, you can leave it blank. It's up to you what you want, but I will just go ahead and pass in dashboard. Very good. So the only thing that's left for us now is to configure this in the main ecom prj URLs, just like we've been doing. So you could duplicate this and say customer.urls. Here too, we have customer. Guys, this is it. So what we just need to do is come over here. Let me see. And we need to put that URL here so that as soon as we click on this, we go to the dashboard page. So what we need to do is open up the base HTML, and look for that user icon. This is it here. And what you need to do is pass in URL and then say customer dashboard. Very good. Now it's not going to automatically work like that, even though if you try it now, it's going to go there, but it will show page not found. See, page not found. So that is because you actually need to go ahead and create the customer model. And did you guys notice something? Can you see next URL being passed in here? Because for you to access the dashboard page of the customer, you need to be logged in. So you can see it passed this in for us. Just one thing that I noticed that is an issue is instead of it showing up customer here, it's showing up user, which basically might be some server syncing issue. So you could go ahead and, spin up your server again before we start working on other things. So break out from your server and rerun it. While that's rerunning, hop over to the templates, create a new folder called customer, and in here create a new folder called dashboard.html. And you could even hop over to the raw templates, customer, grab the raw dashboard HTML, paste it to your own blank dashboard HTML. And I believe you already know the drill. You could just close this and remove this one. And then you could even go ahead and take one of the templates that we initially had. Let me show you guys. So let's look for maybe this one. And I just want to take this and then put it in the dashboard here and here. All right, that's perfect. So now let's try this out again. I will log in to my account. Okay, I think I'm already logged in on the main browser, that it's not the incognito. So I'll close this and open up port 8000. Good, you can see that I am actually logged in right now. So all I just need to do is click on this user and I'm in the dashboard. There you go. So we just need to change up a couple of things and we should be good to go. Now I will start off with profile for Destiny. Destiny does not really have a profile because we manually created him. So what I will just do is set up a profile quickly for Destiny. So I just choose any image and I'm going to fill this in Destiny, ranks, and mobile. I'm going to choose anything over here. User type should be vendor, or you could even say customer for now. Then I'll show you guys how this will work later. So we save this and now Destiny should have a profile. So reloading this is not going to do anything. Let's start changing up the informations here. Hop back to your code. Then I want you to hop back to, you could close up all the tabs. And I want you to come over to customer dashboard HTML. And there are just a couple of things I would want us to do over here, like creating partials so that we don't actually have to, always rely on recopying all the sidebar every time we have a new change or a new page. So what you could do over here in the customer is to go ahead and create a new sidebar.html. And in the sidebar.html, you just need to grab the sidebar from the dashboard, which is this one. Let's look for it. I can already see something here. And I think, yeah, that's it. So this one that have the milloids, take that, just cut it out and paste it down here. And now if you reload this, sidebar should be gone. There you go. And now all you need to do in the dashboard is bring in the sidebar by including it. So you should include customer/sidebar.html. And over here now, you should be able to see the sidebar one more time. So what we then need to do in the sidebar is change up a couple of informations. Instead of Benny Henry, what I need to add over there is request.user.profile.full_name. Same thing goes for the ID. So request.user.id. Same thing goes for the image. So for the image, I could just take one of this and put it in here. And instead of this, I'm going to say image.url. And that's about it for me. So let's get back here and reload this page and see what we have. Okay, there you go. That's what we have. But one thing that is not really looking good to me is the styling of the image. I don't like the way it looks. So please go ahead and put in the styling here. Style width 100px, height 100px, object fit cover. So now when you reload this, it should look something like this. Very good. So let's change up the dashboard informations and we should be good to continue with some other things that we have to do in this project. So back here, back to the dashboard HTML. Over here, that will have 5 orders. It should be, whoops, please get back there. It should be orders.count. Same thing goes for the total spent. Just pass in the total underscore spent. Same thing goes for the notifications. Just say notice.count. And let's see what we have. Good. Can you see all this looks very good apart from the total spent? So for you to be able to fix the total spent, you need to give it a float format. So float format, 2 decimal places. Now that should fix it for us. Let me show you. See, that looks way better. All right, that's everything I want. And we could then go ahead and display all the orders over here. So to do that, it's quite simple. Just look for the first column here that represents each product. This is it. Okay, that is not it actually. It's this one, the OID list body. Okay, so cut this out, create a for loop for O, or you could call it for order, depending on how you want to call that. I believe I have explained Django for loops in the previous video. So for order in orders, paste what you copied in between there, and now we should see all the orders that we have show up over here. Don't bother about paginations. We'll work on this in the upcoming videos. So what you just need to do is go ahead and okay guys, I think I must have missed something. So let's get back. I'm supposed to copy this one here and also this one. These two like this is what I'm supposed to put in the loop. So for order in orders, paste the 2 that we copied and please fix the indentation. Okay, so I'm gonna fix indentation. Still does not really look good. Bring it back just one more time. Good. And now when you reload this page, this is how I want it to look. Very, very okay. So we can start changing up some of the informations that we have over here, like the order number. This one should be order.order_ID. Now we should see this now take all the order IDs. Good. Different order IDs. All good. So now the next thing that we will need is the image and every other thing for the order. So before we even hop over to the image, open up this one. Okay, yeah, the image is the first thing there. I thought it was the second or the third thing. Since it's the first, let's work on it. So all you just need to say is, I think there is a problem. Now, remember that each order is this, then these are items. So we also need to loop through each item. Okay, so copy this and you want to say for item in order.order_items.all, and in here is where you want to paste the item that you copied and fix indentation. Now you will see how many items that are in each order. You can see. Okay, so let's start changing up the items, starting with this one. This one is going to be item. Please go ahead, close this. Okay, that might actually just be for me because I'm using the Monokai theme. So if you're using something else, it shouldn't show. So say item dot product dot image dot URL. You can see an issue over there, so please fix that. Let's see what we have. Good. You can see the camera showing up there. And now same thing should happen for the title. So say item dot product dot, and what did we call the product? Is it name or is it title? So let me say name. Let's see. Yeah, it's name. Now for vendor, you could go ahead and put in the vendor name here by saying item dot, whoops, that should be item dot product dot vendor dot profile dot who underscore name. That's a lot of chaining. So over here, you can see Destiny Franks. Now for the colors, this one is actually will be a little bit conditional. So if item dot color exists, show color. If item dot size exists, show size. So this should be item dot color, and this should be item dot size, and price is going to be item dot price. I think that is it. Status is going to be, status should basically be for order, right? Not item. So instead of in progress, you could say order dot order underscore status. And for payment status, instead of paid, it should be order dot payment underscore status. And for order dates, instead of this, it should be order dot date. And for payment method, paid using PayPal, instead of PayPal, it should be order dot payment underscore method. For the total over here, it should be order dot total. Perfect. So when you get back here and reload your page, everything is looking perfectly okay. You can see the order number. You can see there is a problem. This here that is outside the order shouldn't be here. Please take this and put it inside here. Let's see. Good. Can you see? Each order now has paid using PayPal and its total. And in fact, you could even go ahead and put a break, a margin button here, so that it gives a space between each order so that everything doesn't get confusing. Okay, so that is it. You can see everything is working well. This is a particular order. This is its payments method. This is its total. And this is its items. Then in the next one, we'll start working with viewing the order and actually listing out everything like the order dates, the order discounts, tracking of the order, and every other thing that we will be using. But for now, that is it for the video. Do make sure to drop a like on the video. Consider subscribing to the channel, as that will really mean the world to me. Also check out Desphixs.io. We are launching in a couple of months, less than 60 days. And hopefully you guys will be able to see everything that will be going on. That is going to be it. I hope to see you in the next video. And until then, mad love. Peace out.